Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to Friday's feature. And this is Diana Lidstone, the Entrepreneur's GPS. And every Friday, I'm going to interview or talk about, one of my business friends, a client, a colleague, maybe even a supplier, or someone who I admire in the business world. And this week, I have the pleasure of introducing Carl. You can see his banner behind you. And I've known, there he is. I've known Carl for quite some time. And Carl, why don't you tell the audience what it is you actually do?
Certainly, Diana, and thank you for inviting me to your Friday feature. I'm honored to be a part of this. Essentially, what I do and what I'm passionate about is speaking, and I think I'm passionate about it because for the first 4 years of my life, actually 12 years, check that, I had a problem speaking because I stuttered when I was a kid. So every second or third word I would stammer, and my parents would try and correct me, and that didn't work. Finally went to speech therapy, and that's when I realized that the only person in control of your speaking is you. And that's a very powerful tool that I share with my clients all the time because, the quickest, most effective way to grow your business is by speaking about what it is that you do. And the challenge is that a lot of us are either deathly afraid, don't know how to do it. We sometimes feel when we're in that moment, our tongue is 10 feet long, we trip over it. What ends up happening? We end up looking like an idiot and ultimately not attracting the clients or the people that we want into our businesses and into our lives. And in the business world, you don't make money by not saying the things you want and by attracting the clients you want. So that's why I'm so passionate about it, because it is something that every single business person needs to know how to do, because it is. And I know you're a walking poster child for that could say that I've grown my business to the level it's at by speaking. So that's why I'm so passionate about it.
Yeah, I would say that speaking, if I could say it, speaking saved my business. And really took it to the next level. And so I think, we share that particular passion. So there's a lot of speaking coaches out there. What makes you particularly different, perhaps from someone else?
I think what I bring to the table that is unique, firstly, I have a background in broadcasting. So I have the gift of gab, but I also have the gift of being able to truncate my message and really, shorten it and take a bunch of information and condense it into a tight, concise message. And that's very important when whether you're speaking for 30 seconds or whether you're speaking for 30 minutes, you need to be able to focus on what's important. Sometimes I find, and I've had clients that wrestle with this, is they want to fill a 30-minute talk or a 10-minute talk even with more information than they need. Well, how do you do that? So being able to concisely zero in on what's important is one of the things I bring to the table. Plus, because of my experience as a broadcaster, I have the ability to think on my feet. And a lot of people who are speaker coaches who step into that arena, that ability to think impromptu and speak impromptu and have something to say all the time and to work the audience to your advantage, almost like a stand-up comedian does. You see it all the time when they're working the audience. There's been some great ones over the course of time that I could cite. Well, maybe not hundreds, but several. Robin Williams comes to mind as one who can work the audience very well. That comes with a lot of practice, and I bring those skill sets to the table all the time.
Cool. Yes, I know you do, because you act as an MC for my particular events, and you have a particular event coming up very shortly, don't you?
I do. Mine's before yours. So I'm just letting you know, mine's before yours. So I will be able to focus on yours, which is actually a couple of weeks after mine. And I'm actually thrilled that you're a part of mine. So my event that's coming up on September the 8th is called Be Bold from the Stage. And what it is there are 8 people who have been in a couple of my programs this past couple of months. And what they'll be doing is taking to the stage their signature talks, their 10-minute talks they've been working on, and they'll be delivering them. And why it's important for them is so that they can gain the skills they need to be stronger at speaking. But it's important for the audience to attend too, because a lot of people will think, well, I don't want to go and watch other people speak. But you know what? You learn a lot by doing, of course, but you learn a lot by seeing other people perform. Plus, you learn a lot from, I'll be giving rapid fire feedback that day. I have a panel of experts as well. One of them is you. And that panel will also be weighing in on what they saw and what they felt and what they believe will help to move each individual speaker forward. So audience members aren't just sitting there filling a seat. They're participating as an audience member. They're participating by offering feedback as well. And the way I run my programs and the way I run my events is I sometimes will pick people from the audience to get up and speak. So kind of baptism by fire almost, but it's fun. I mean, you've been there and you know that, but it's fun to step into that arena and feel like you can do it and get the feedback on the spot. Not only that, but each individual audience member will have the chance to vote on who they think their favorite speaker is.
I think it's great. I've been there before. I've participated in that event before. And, I'm a firm believer, if you go to something like your event, or my event, and you learn one new thing that you can implement in your business, I think the day is a success. And so I highly recommend that people come out to your event. We will post the information, but maybe you could just share it quickly.
Sure, yeah. So September the 8th, we're at Travel Lodge in Kingston. And doors will open at 8:30. We'll go until about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon with breaks and, yes, lunch in the middle. We don't lock in the room and say you can't leave in that time. But it's a full day. Tickets for the event are $40, but if you enter the promo code, and we'll make sure this is in the link, but if you enter the promo code STAGE, 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 you get it at half price. Where can you go and spend $20 and get a full day of instruction and possibly feedback on your own speaking or your own things that you're working on for $20?
Yeah, I think it's great. So we're going to wrap up now. People know it's Be Bold from the Stage. It's in Kingston. You have some people even coming from Ottawa, I understand, right?
Yeah, I have a couple people coming from Ottawa. I have some people coming from the Toronto area. There's another people from the Kingston area. So it's kind of a convoying into this one central location. It'll be a fun day for it, yeah.
Yeah. And how can people find out more about you specifically and perhaps your programs even?
Me specifically, they can go to my website, carlspeaks.ca. There's information there. You'll see the link also for Be Bold from the Stage. And anything else, one of the things that, we talk about all the time is if you're prepared, if you're ready, and you're committed to wanting to make a change, you can schedule 30 minutes with me, complimentary speaking breakthrough session. It's easy enough to do just by, my coach said it's okay to say that. Just shoot me an email and say, hey, yes, I'd like a speaking breakthrough session with you. I am ready and I'm committed to growing my business by speaking more about what it is that I do. Drop me an email, ask Carl, that's Carl with a C, ask Carl at carlspeaks.ca. Easiest way to do it.
Perfect. Thanks so much for being, I think my first Feature Friday. And I really appreciate it, Carl. So that's a wrap, as they say, for today. And to the audience, if you know of somebody who would, perhaps like to be interviewed, talk about their event, share something about themselves, maybe it's even you, shoot me a quick, Facebook message or send me an email at diana@dianalidstone.com. Thanks very much. Thanks, Carl. Appreciate it. See you next Friday for Feature Friday.